If you're over 40 and doing everything right but the fat just won't move, listen closely. This isn't about willpower. It's about 4 things your body needs now that it didn't need at 25, and almost nobody is telling you the truth about them. Let's start with something you already know deep down, even if nobody said it out loud. The workouts that worked for you in your 20s and 30s just stop working the same way after 40. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not trying hard enough. Your body chemistry has genuinely shifted, and if your routine hasn't shifted with it, you're going to keep spinning your wheels no matter how many salads you eat or how many miles you run. Here's the real number that changes everything. Starting around your late 30s and accelerating through your 40s, most women lose about 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade if they're not actively working to preserve it. Less muscle means a slower metabolism, even if your weight on the scale hasn't changed at all. That's the piece almost every generic fitness video skips completely. Your metabolism after 40 isn't broken. It's adapting to lower estrogen levels, and that adaptation changes where your body stores fat and how it responds to stress. Estrogen decline during perimenopause, and menopause shifts fat storage toward the belly area, even in women who've never carried weight there before. This is biology, not a personal failure. At the same time, cortisol, your stress hormone, tends to run higher in this decade of life. Between careers, kids, aging parents, and just general life responsibilities, chronic stress becomes the norm for a lot of women in their 40s. And chronically elevated cortisol makes your body hold onto fat, especially around the midsection, as a survival response. So if you've been doing intense cardio for an hour a day while running on 4 hours of sleep and constant stress, you might actually be working against yourself. This is why the old advice of just eat less and move more completely falls apart for this age group. It's not wrong, exactly. It's just incomplete. Here's the first real shift you need to make, and it's the one most women over 40 are still skipping. Strength training needs to become the center of your routine, not an afterthought. Research consistently shows that resistance training 2 to 4 times per week helps preserve and even rebuild muscle mass that would otherwise be lost. And more muscle means your body burns more calories even while you're sitting still, doing nothing. This is the closest thing to a metabolism upgrade that actually exists. I'm not talking about spending 2 hours in the gym. I'm talking about focused 25 to 45-minute sessions using compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, rows, presses. The exercises that work multiple muscle groups at once. If you're new to this, start with 2 sessions a week. If you've got some experience, aim for 3 to 4. And here's the part that surprises people. Lifting heavier weights, closer to a weight where the last 2 or 3 reps feel genuinely challenging, produces far better results than doing endless reps with light dumbbells. That old idea of light weights, high reps to tone was never actually built for this stage of life. Your body needs a real stimulus to hold on to muscle now. Now, let's talk about protein, because this is where most women are dramatically underfed without even realizing it. The general recommendation for active women over 40 sits between 1.2 and 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. For a woman weighing around 150 pounds, roughly 68 kilograms, that translates to somewhere between 82 and 109 grams of protein daily. Most women I talk to are eating maybe 50 to 60 grams a day without realizing how far short that falls. Why does this matter so much right now? Because as estrogen drops, your body becomes less efficient at using protein to build and maintain muscle. You literally need more of it just to get the same result you used to get with less. This isn't a trendy, high-protein diet fad. This is your body's changed biological requirement. Practically, this means prioritizing a source of protein at every single meal. Eggs, Greek yogurt, chicken, fish, lentils, tofu, cottage cheese. Spread it across the day instead of loading it all into one meal, because your body can only use so much protein for muscle repair in a single sitting. Here's a pattern interrupt, because I want you to really sit with this one. More exercise is not automatically better after 40. In fact, doing too much without enough recovery can actively work against your fat loss goals. Remember that cortisol conversation from earlier? Intense daily exercise without adequate rest keeps cortisol elevated, and elevated cortisol promotes fat storage, particularly around your midsection, while also breaking down muscle tissue you're trying to build. It's a frustrating cycle. You exercise harder, you get more stressed physiologically, your body holds onto fat tighter, and you see less progress despite working harder than ever. The fix here is prioritizing sleep and recovery just as seriously as you prioritize your workouts. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Build in at least 1 to 2 full rest days each week where you're not doing intense training. And consider that a walk or gentle yoga session on a recovery day supports your results more than pushing through another intense workout on tired legs and a depleted nervous system. This single mindset shift, treating recovery as part of the routine rather than the opposite of it, is often the missing piece for women who feel like they're doing everything and still not seeing change. Now here's something that might surprise you. The single biggest lever for fat loss after 40 often isn't your workout at all. It's your daily movement outside of the gym, something researchers call NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This includes walking, taking stairs, standing up regularly, doing housework, all the movement that happens outside your dedicated workout time. Studies suggest NEAT can account for a much larger share of your daily calorie burn than your actual workout session does, especially if that workout is only 30 to 45 minutes long. The practical target here is simple and doable. Aim for 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day, not 20,000. Not some extreme number that leaves you exhausted. Just consistent, sustainable daily movement. Take a 10-minute walk after meals if you can, since this also helps regulate blood sugar, which becomes increasingly important for fat loss as insulin sensitivity naturally shifts with age. This is the piece that quietly makes the biggest difference, and it costs you nothing and requires no gym membership at all. So let's bring this together into an actual routine you can start this week. Strength train 3 times a week, focused on compound movements with challenging weight. Hit your protein target daily, aiming for that 90 to 110 gram range depending on your body weight. Protect your sleep and build in genuine rest days rather than pushing through exhaustion. And move consistently throughout your day, targeting that 7 to 10,000 step range. This isn't a 60-day extreme transformation plan. This is a sustainable framework built around what your body over 40 actually needs biologically in 2026. Not what worked for you 15 years ago. The women who see real, lasting change are the ones who stop fighting their 40s and start working with their new biology instead. If this helped you see things differently, share it with a woman in your life who needs to hear this today. And subscribe, because there's a lot more of this real, no-fluff content coming.